Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. You guys are currently looking at the latest updates of Marc Hector less than 1 week out from the Arnold Classic UK, and this guy is looking absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, Marc seems to get better with every single update that he puts out. This guy has the crazy roundness, 3D muscles, striated chest, striated delts. He actually posted up a zoomed in image on his story and his rear delts was striated. So he's going to bring in a crazy amount of detail, roundness. Also, he has the tiny waist, pretty good from the back as well. As long as this guy's able to nail his conditioning, it's going to be scary. He checks so many boxes and he also brings a wow factor. Can Marc Hector win this Arnold Classic UK? Is it going to be between him and Andrew Jacked? Now, speaking of the Arnold Classic UK, let's actually take a look at the competitors list, and I will be putting out my predictions pretty soon. So number one on this list is Lionel Bayeki, and as we all know, he could come in and win this show if he's 100%, but for some reason, Lionel never seems to nail it. And we also have Max Charles in this show, who I did not know was doing it until recently. Max already has done probably about 6 or 7 shows this year. If this guy comes in condition, he can definitely shock some people. We also have Jamie the Giant Johal, Martin Fitzwater, who will be a top competitor, Marc Hector, James Hollingshead, Patrick Johnson. I do believe he will be peeking over the fence into their top call-out. And we also have the man himself, Andrew Jacked, who promised to be improved from the Texas Pro. But in all honesty, I wonder if Andrew brings the same package from Texas. Could anyone even beat that? You know, this guy's just 6'2" with a crazy wow factor, but this is going to be an incredible show this Sunday. And in the next update of the day, we have updates from the 4th best bodybuilder in the world right now, Hunter Labrada. Now, for some reason, every time I put out updates of Hunter, and Ian Valier included, everyone says these guys are overrated. But what I'm seeing from Hunter Labrada is the best he's ever looked. I believe he's also the biggest. He has brought some body parts up. Back does still need to improve, but it's definitely came up. But you guys have to realize that Hunter placed 4th last year, and we all know he was off. I said in the comment he was maybe 80 to 85%. So if Hunter comes in, let's say 90, even 100% this year, I hate using percents, but it is a good reference. How's he going to do if he's on? A off Hunter Labrada was able to place 4th at the Olympia. So what is a on Hunter Labrada going to be able to do, especially with his posing presentation? Hunter and Samson are probably the best 2 poses in open bodybuilding right now. That's my little rant on that, but I am very impressed with Hunter's physique, and I do think he's going to shock some people at this year's Olympia. And switching over to Derek Lunsford, these are the most recent updates from him. And honestly, I'm just noticing the width of Derek Lunsford. And I don't think we talk about width enough in bodybuilding as a whole. That's how Big Ramy beats a lot of these guys. You know, that's how Jay Cutler beat a lot of guys. I'm not comparing Derek Lunsford to them, but he is very wide for his height. I wonder if he is wider than a guy like Hadi Chupin. They're both about the same height. Hadi is also pretty wide. But I'm excited to see Derek at this year's Mr. Olympia. And I did say the arms needed to come up in my last video, but they honestly look incredible in the most muscular shots. For some reason, they just don't look as good in the front double. And I think Derek will do incredible at this year's Olympia. But after this year's Olympia, when he actually has a full offseason to grow into open, next year Derek is going to be a true threat to the title potentially. Now, switching over to William Bonac, these are the most recent updates from him. And William is the biggest he's ever been in any offseason. Absolutely massive man, no gyno. Going into this year's Olympia, all eyes are going to be on William Bonac's midsection, similar to how they were to Phil Heath, even though Bonac's midsection isn't that bad. But if the midsection is in check, he's going to be a very dangerous guy to beat. And as you guys know, I have William Bonac placing as high as 2nd at this year's Olympia. Once again, the same year that Big Ramy won his first title, William Bonac beat him earlier that year at the Arnold Classic. But hopefully we see the best Bonac at this year's Olympia. And Bonac is also an incredible poser as well. I don't think people give him much credit. Now, in the next update of the day, these are the most recent updates from Quinton Eriya, Quinn Beastwood. He's sitting very close to 300 pounds, and he said he hasn't even started growing yet. He's still enjoying the rebound phase from the Tampa and Texas Pro. But the way this guy's looking right now, I wonder if him and Dorian, switch something up with the supplements. But Quint does seem to be improving fast, so hopefully we get to see him on a bodybuilding stage next year. Now, switching over to Tonio Burton, a guy we haven't talked about in a while. Tonio last placing was 2nd at the Chicago Pro, right behind Antoine Vaillant. And as I've said numerous times, his physique really reminds me of Dexter Jackson. You know, he's somewhat of a smaller guy in comparison, coming up from the 212 division, but he has crazy roundness and also amazing symmetry. The judges told this guy, don't really focus on putting on too much size right now. Take your time and honestly just come in more conditioned. Tonio will be doing this year's Legion Sports Fest. I'm not sure if anyone else is doing this show, but I have a slight hunch that Justin Rodriguez may potentially hop into this show. Now, in the next update of the day, this may be the most recent updates of Horse MD. He posted this up recently. Now, this guy was the talk of pretty much bodybuilding earlier in the year, even after the controversy, about him making weight. But we haven't really seen much from him. But the arms look absolutely crazy in this video. Honestly, the arms look a little bit too crazy. But I'm excited to see Horse MD make his debut in the Open class. I think he should have initially went to Open instead of trying Classic. And switching over to Vlad the Impaler, and we're just going to call him that because I butcher his last name every single time. But I do think he's going to pull out of this weekend's Arnold Classic UK. I don't know if he's actually announced that yet. But in this caption, he did say he's 13 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to do this show. But this guy looks incredible here. He's just in the rebound phase from the Yamamoto Cup. Actually, he gets knocked for the waist a lot, but in this hands on hip, waist looks pretty tight, man. The rebound phase is incredible. Hopefully, Vlad is able to nail it at the Olympia. Now, switching over to 212, we have recent updates from Keone Pearson. Now, in one of my recent news videos, I put up updates of Sean Clarita. And, some people are rooting for Sean Clarita. Some people are rooting for Keone Pearson going into this year's Olympia. Some people say Keone still needs time. Some people say his shape and his genetics are unmatched. And as long as he comes in condition, he can win the title this year. Sean Clarita looks incredible, and I do think Keone can be in that mix. But hopefully the nerves don't get to him. I believe last year there was a big problem. This year he looked a lot better. Seemed like he controlled it a lot better. I just want Keone to control the midsection. It was kind of glaring at the Temple Pro. But honestly, as long as Keone nails his conditioning, I don't see why he can't be up there fighting for the 212 Olympia title this year. Now, switching over to Bryan Balzano, one of my favorite guys in the 212. He actually said he's sitting at 238 pounds right now and his foot is on the gas. So when I hear foot is on the gas, I feel like guys are putting on weight. So I'm not sure if he's going to pull out of this year's 212 Olympia and focus on going up to Open, or if he's going to try to actually hit one of these Open shows and do this year's Olympia. But I like updating you guys, especially on guys that aren't really talked about a lot. This guy has an incredible physique. And ending this video here with the archive of the day, you guys let me know in the comment section below which legendary bodybuilder is this. I actually hadn't seen this photo of him before, so I wanted to share it. Tricep delt looks absolutely incredible. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. For some reason, if you haven't done so already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness. Also, you guys be sure to go follow me over on Instagram at @1GOAT Fitness. I do post updates there every single day, even if I'm not on YouTube. 1GOAT Fitness. And that's it. I'm out.